Check it.
Alright. First and foremost, we'd like to give all praise to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rukakwadash.
double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and love and save taste to the brothers teaching the word in sincerity and in truth all across the four corners of the earth. We the Mississippi camp, and we got a quick lesson on
Alright, the rebuilding, of Israel. Alright, because as a nation, alright, when you study, when you go into the history, of our people, alright, we are a great nation that failed. Alright, we fell away from our power, through disobedience. We were scattered, and we was conformed into the ways of the heathen, throughout the different places, alright, where we were scattered. You see? So now, alright, we're in a time that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is rebuilding the nation of Israel. And right now he's dealing, with the elect of that nation. You see? Because the rest of the nation is going to come back through the elect. And the elect are building off Yahweh Shai, which is their cornerstone. You see? The cornerstone is the first stone laid of any building. You see? In every measurement, alright, every little inkling and every little measurement off that building is measured based off their cornerstone. Alright? So you see Israel being built back up based on the cornerstone of Yahweh Shai. And the elect are building on that stone, and that's going to make up, alright, that spiritual temple that the Lord is going to deliver, alright, in these times that we're coming into. You see, so Israel is being built up. Alright, go ahead and
This Haggai 2:9.
Yep.
The glory of this latter house shall be greater than of the former.
So I can read again, bro.
This Haggai 2:9.
Yep.
The glory of this latter house shall be greater than of the former.
So the glory of this latter house is going to be greater than the former. See that? And this is their latter house. Alright? Because the first temple, it was splendid, it was glorious, and during the time of Haggai, alright, the second temple, it was a beautiful temple, but it wasn't, greater than that first temple built by Solomon that was decked out with the best of the best, when you go into the building of the first temple. So what is it speaking about? It's speaking about this third temple, which is spiritual, which is us. The Most High is finna deck us out as a nation. Alright? Beginning with those 12,000 men from each tribe. You see? Get that in Isaiah. Because now the Lord is building up his people. You see? Go ahead.
Alright, it's Isaiah 1 and 21.
2 Corinthians 5:6.
It says, how is the faithful city become a harlot?
Yeah, how the faithful city become a harlot. Is it talking about an actual city being a harlot? No, it's talking about the people. You see? The people, alright, the citizens of Israel, alright, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, became unfaithful, alright, to our power. We became unfaithful to our power. Alright, so the people, alright, became spiritual harlots, man. Which, matter of fact, get that real quick in Wisdom of Solomon 14. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 14 and 12. Get Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12.
I did Wisdom of Solomon 14:12.
Yep.
For the devising of idols
Yep.
was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
The devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication. You see that? That's how that faithful city became a harlot. Devising of idols, idol worship. That's how we committed fornication against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
And the invention of them that corrupt of life.
Yeah, the inventions of them, the corrupters of life. So we became corrupted with idols. We was once a faithful city, faithful people. When you go to the time of King David and King Solomon, but after the split, you had Jeroboam, alright, over the northern tribes, and they went back into idolatry, alright, And then eventually the southern kingdom, they went into idolatry, man. You see? And what? We became harlots. You see, you read Jeremiah the 3rd chapter, you know? You got it.
This Jeremiah 2 and 21. It says, "Yet I have planted thee a noble vine,
Yep.
wholly a right seed."
Yep, we was planting a noble vine, which means high born. All right, there was a certain standard that we lived by, and those the law, statutes, and commandments, man. You see, we were as a nation, we was given those commandments to keep those statutes and commandments in the land that the Lord would give us. So He planted us a noble vine. We had a standard. You see, well, go ahead.
It says, "How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant?"
A degenerate plant, and that's the result of idol worship. All right, because idol worship comes with the lifestyle, and that's the result of us being scattered amongst these heathens and learning their ways, man. Now, for the most part, the majority of our people have become degenerate, but the Most High, all right, through the Spirit of Yahweh Shai, you know, is gathering His elect, and He's rebuilding, all right, Israel, man. But it starts with the people, all right, because these heathens are going to physically build up the kingdom, all right, but the Lord is building up His people to rule the kingdom, man. You see? Go ahead.
It says, "A degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me."
A strange vine, because now our people, you know, like Yahweh Shai said, or they'll follow the devil, Esau, Edom. They come in his energy, his spirit, man. You see? And the Most High not dealing with that, you know? You go back to the Isaiah.
Yep. It's Isaiah. I'm going to start at 21 again.
Yep.
It says, "How is a faithful city become a harlot?
Mm-hmm.
It was full of judgment."
Yep, it was full of judgment. You know, which means judgment went forth. If you committed adultery, you got put to death, the man and the woman. All right? If you was a sodomite, you know, if a man lied with a man, if a woman laid with a woman, all right, they will be put to death. You see? A false prophet will be put to death. You know? So our people once had judgment. It was a standard that we judged by amongst ourselves, but we fell away from that, man. Go ahead.
It says, "Righteousness lies in it."
Yep, righteousness lies in it, which means we had a righteous kingdom at one point, man. You know, we had within our sovereignty, we had a righteous government, man. Go ahead.
But now murderers.
Now murderers, man. Hey, because Jake is the leadership of our people now leads them to death. Because most of the leaders of our people are entertainers, athletes, you see, rappers, and they lead our people to death. These false prophets, even amongst Israel. You got Jake telling you take the vaccination. He might well be a murderer. He offering you up to the slaughter. Cause hey, you take the vaccine, it's a 50-50. You know, you playing Russian roulette. You don't know what's in there.
Right.
You know. So now the nation is full of murderers, man. You know. But even amongst it, the Lord is separating Himself from remnant and dealing with them, man. Go ahead.
He says, "Thy silver is become dross.
Yep.
Thy wine mixed with water."
Yeah. So our standard has dropped, man. Because silver, you know, is a precious metal. Dross is that unwanted material that's good for nothing. You know, within the silver and the gold, that's why they put it silver and gold in the furnace to get rid of that dross. You see? So the Lord's saying our silver became dross, man, which means what? As a people, our standard has been dropped to nothing, man, to something that's unwanted. You know? Go ahead.
It says, "The princes are rebellious."
The leaders are rebellious. You see? Go ahead.
"And companions of thieves."
And companions of thieves. You got Lupe Fiasco, you know, he's saying that the scientists know more than the Most High. You see, you got our people pushing, you know, the leaders of Jake telling you trust in the science, man. You see, they're companions with thieves, Esau, Edom. They made a covenant, man. Jake telling you take the vaccine. Jake pushing out gray areas won't tell you what the mark of the beast is. Why? Because they're a companion with thieves, Esau, Edom, man. You see? Go ahead.
It says, "Everyone love his gifts."
Everyone love his gift. Why are these leaders deceiving the masses of the people? Because they have received gifts.
Yeah, they
consolation. Yep. Go ahead.
And followed after the reward.
They follow after the reward, the bag.
Right.
They do whatever the bag say. You know? Go ahead.
"They judge not the fatherless.
Yep.
Neither does the cause of the widow come unto them.
Yeah, and that's our people. Because a widow is someone, because a husband, a woman lose a husband, she lose a big part of her. That's her comfort. Children lose their parents, they lose their comfort. You see, because for a long time our people was comfortless, but through Yahweh Shai, the Comforter has entered in the earth, man. By the way, all right, of the scriptures and the understanding of the scriptures, man. You see, but these you got particular men, leaders of our people. They're not comforting those that were comfortless, man. With what? The scriptures and the spirit of Yahweh Shai. You see, go ahead.
He said, therefore, thank the Lord of hosts,
Yep.
the mighty one of Israel. I will ease me of my adversaries,
Yep.
and avenge me of my enemies.
See, now we seeing it, because really this is like a timeline. We was a faithful city. We became, harlots through idol worship. All right, our people became corrupted. The leaders rebellious. You see, our standard as a nation had dropped. But now we come to a time where now the Most High is finna get rid of a lot of niggas in the earth because they unproductive. All right, there's nothing we can do, with a nigga. All right, that still has the mind frame, of an American, voting, talking about we gotta get the economy right, we gotta get the black dollar together. Right. There's nothing we can do with a nigga with that mind frame. All right, or a woman that has a feminist mind frame, as if she's over a man. If she wants to follow the way of the serpent. She doesn't want to play her role within the nation where she's not needed. And the Most High finna get rid of a lot of Israelites in the earth because they're not needed for what he's trying to do, man. You see? This is like if you you cut grass, well, the yard you cutting, it might only call for a push mower and a weed eater. So all the other tools you're not even gonna deal with.
Right.
You see? And that's what the Lord doing. The Lord don't need things that is unproductive for what he's trying to do. And like I say, an out of order woman, proud woman, just still in that feminine spirit, not needed. Okay? A nigga with the mindset of how we gonna get jobs in the kingdom, that nigga not needed, man, because he don't get it. You see? So the Most High is finna get rid of, a lot of Israelites, man. And he's gonna rebuild with the elect, man, through that remnant. Go ahead. You got something? Okay, you got it, bro.
It says 26. Nah. 25. It says, and I will turn my hand upon thee.
Yep.
And purely purge away thy dross.
Hey, so Lord say he gonna turn his hand upon thee. And that thee is the elect. You see? That's why he's purging certain qualities out of the elect. To get us ready to be those Israelites of the elect that he's going to rebuild with. So that's why we being purged. That's why we go through particular things. That's why we're deprived of particular things, because Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is purging, us to be what, man? To be that fine gold and that silver and dross again, man. You see? Go ahead.
And take away all that team.
That word refine. REFINED.
Keep going.
Yeah, read it again, bro. So like it.
I'm gonna read 25 again. It says, and I will turn my hand upon thee,
yep,
and purely purge away that dross, yep, and take away all that team.
Yeah, all those unwanted qualities. So he's gonna purge the nation. He's gonna get rid of a lot of Israelites. He's gonna build a slaughter on a lot of Israelites because they're likening to tin and dross. They unwanted. And then within the elect, he's gonna purge the dross and tin out of us to make us be those that precious metal, that precious gold. You see? Matter of fact, hold that. Go from go get Lamentation 4 and 1.
And you want to refine?
Look it up. It's a precept in Isaiah. Yeah, look it up. All right. Lamentations 4 and 1. Then we're gonna go back to Isaiah. Yep, this shit right there. Yeah, hold on. Get that Lamentation, then we'll get that Isaiah.
Alright, this Lamentations. Lamentations 4 and 1.
Yep. Just read it.
It says, how is the gold become dim?
How does the gold become dim? You know, and let's see what the gold is, man. Go ahead.
My bad. It says, how is the most fine gold changed?
Yep, how the most fine gold changed. Go ahead.
It says, the stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street.
And listen how it's worded. The stones of the sanctuary, which means he's going to people. All right, it's talking about us, and it's gonna go into it. It says they poured out in the top of the streets. Now, who hang out in the streets, man? You know, what group, what nation of people hang out in streets, man?
It's every street.
On every street. You see, Jake got streets tattooed on him.
Right.
You see, Jake done made streets famous, man. You know, Simpson Road,
Right.
Bowen Homes. You know, we ain't from there, but Jake done made these streets.
We know, like you say, we
Crenshaw
Ave,
right?
Crenshaw.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, who is this speaking of, man? And it's gonna tell you. Go ahead.
He said the precious sons of Zion.
The precious sons of Zion, because these are supposed to be men that's supposed to be in rulership, but they poured out at the top of every streets, man. What other nation call themselves street niggas, man?
That's it.
Got the title of street in their name, man. You know, go ahead.
Comparable to fine gold.
Comparable to fine gold, the precious sons of Zion. All right, go ahead.
It says, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers?
Yeah, earthen pitchers, which is a vessel of dishonor. You know, like an ashtray.
Right.
You know, a commode. You see, those same precious metals, all right, is now seen as earthen vessels, man. Something of dishonor. We were supposed to be honorable, like the precept you brought out. We were planting a noble vine.
Yeah, we degenerate now.
Yeah, but now they degenerates at the top of every streets. You see? Go ahead.
And it's plain too. know who they talking about. It said the works of the hands of the potter.
Yep. The works of the hand of the potter, because the Most High, you know, fashion, you know, every man, you know, every woman. You see? But now you see that the honors of the vessels of honor have become vessels of dishonor. But now we going through the process where the Lord is finna make us find gold again. Get that Isaiah 13 and 11.
I got a quick one.
You got it.
It is Isaiah 10 and 21. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power.
Yeah, and that remnant has returned through what? Repentance. All right? And obedience and through faith. You know? And the Lord has put us in this fiery furnace, you know, the affliction that we go through because of what we believe. You see? And that's purging those unwanted qualities out of us, and that's making us back into that precious gold, man. So the Lord is rebuilding Israel, beginning with the people. You see?
Verse 22.
Yep.
For through thy people Israel, but as a sin of the sea, yet a remnant of them should return.
Yeah, so out of all this great multitude of Israelites on earth, only a remnant that the Lord has chosen out, you know, of the nation, you know, to deal with and refine them, you know. Go ahead.
The compliment,
Yep.
and decree shall overflow with righteousness.
Yep.
Get
Get that Isaiah 48.
I did Isaiah 48 and 10.
Yep.
Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver.
I have refined thee, but not with silver. Go ahead.
I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction.
I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. So we're being refined by this affliction, man. And that's why we should be in the spirit of rejoicing in the affliction, because we're being refined for a purpose, man. All right? And what's going to be the outcome? Get that Isaiah 13 and 11. Yeah.
Isaiah 13 and 11.
Get that word.
It says, I will punish the world for their evil.
I will punish the world for their evil. That's the time we're coming in now. That's why you see all these global events, all right? A global pandemic, a global vaccination, a global economy crisis. You see? Because the Most High finna punish the world on a global stage. You see? Go ahead.
It says, and the wicked for their iniquity.
Yep.
And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease.
Yeah, the pride finna be through. You know? Like, because there's too much pride in the planet Earth, man. People have this pride about themselves as if they created themselves, man. You know? All this self-worship in the earth. You see? The Most High is finna deal with their pride, all right, on an all-time level, man, on a global level, man. All right, go ahead.
And it says, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible.
And I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Go ahead.
12, it says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
Hey, the Lord said he gonna make a man more precious than fine gold, man. How? Through the furnace of affliction. You see? And those men, what men is he talking about? The precious sons of Zion.
That's right. That's right.
You see? That's who he's finna make, you know, as precious as fine gold, man. You know? All we gotta do is wait, brothers. You see? Brothers, just wait, man. Hey, that value gonna shoot up. Those that the men that have committed their life to this ministry, man, you know, and the Lord, you know, causes them to endure through the persecution, man, you gonna see the value shoot up tremendously, man. You see? The Lord finna make his men precious as gold, man. You know, but we gotta go through that furnace. You got it, bro.
They got to appreciate it.
Yep.
It's Ecclesiasticus
Yeah. Dude,
2 and 5, it says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Acceptable men, because now we finna go through the phase to see if we acceptable, man. We've been building up in his word, you know, we've been toiling in the ministry, all right? Being, you know, iron sharpening iron around brothers. Now we finna go through that intense, you know, furnace, because, you know, to get out the impurities, man, hey, the furnace gotta be, all right, on a very hot. Yeah, it gotta be hot. You know, thousands of degrees, man. You know, so we finna go through some things that's gonna be intense. You know, but it's gonna be removing impurities so we can be acceptable, man. You know, that was it on that.
Yeah.
You go back to Isaiah 21 and 26. The Lord is doing something here, man. You know.
When this refined.
Yeah, get that word fine.
This refined from the definition of Google. With impurities or unwanted elements having to be removed by processing.
It says with impurities or unwanted elements having been removed by processing, man. It's a process. All right, it's a process we had to go through because we was brought up to worship women.
Right.
We was brought up to worship the image of the beast. That shit had to get removed out of us, man. Women was brought up to be feminists in this society in this day and time. That has to be purged out of you women, man. You know, if you want to make it to be acceptable, those things have to be removed out of you, man. You see? Go ahead.
Alright, this Isaiah 1 and 26.
Yep.
It says, and I will restore thy judges as at the first.
Hey, he said he gonna restore his judges as the first, man. You see, the judges, the leaders. That's why he has to deal with the men. All right. That's why he's calling out to the men, because the men have to be set in order first, man. You know, then the nation can be set in order, but it has to start with what? The judges, man. That governing body under Yahushua. You see, that's what's being set up. That's why, you know, matter of fact, before we get there, what is it? 1 Corinthians 6. No, not the saints shall judge the world. I think 1 Corinthians 6. You know, but that's why, you know, amongst the body, we judge particular matters amongst each other. You know, it might be a question come up on the comment board, you know, and some of them don't get directly answered. You know, there has to be a council, you know, with particular men dealing this question, you know, and how we gonna deal with it moving forward as a nation. You see, that's practicing what? Judging, man. You know. Yeah. Okay. Come here. Read that.
This 1 Corinthians 6 and 2.
Yep.
Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world?
Do you not know that the saints shall judge the world? You know, because you're gonna have amongst Israel, you know, those that are in, you know, that governing body. They're gonna judge over, all right, the affairs of Israel. Now, our people not gonna have to be, and we're gonna be stoning Israelites in the kingdom. We're gonna have immortality, and all our people gonna be righteous, man.
Right,
but just dealing with certain matters, all right, judges gonna be keeping things in order, man. You know, you might have a family that's growing. You know, they might need some more land. Well, you know, we might have to colonize a particular part of the earth, you know, for these particular families that's growing faster than the other family. Alright, so we're gonna have the meeting. But look, they growing pretty fast over here. You know, let's go ahead and start colonizing this land, you know, so they can, you know, expand over here. You see, that's the kind of judging we're gonna be doing. You know, it ain't gonna be no somebody committed adultery. No, that's not gonna be the case amongst Israel.
Right.
Now these other nations we gonna judge like that because they not gonna have the law, statutes, and commandments in them, man. All right, but the saints shall judge the world of Israel and the society as a whole, man. You see, so that's why the Lord says He gonna restore the judges as before, because that's what the nation gonna be built upon.
Like, can I say this too,
You got it,
bro?
bro.
You know when you said like this the family needs more land.
Yep.
And that's a beautiful thing, man. And you know, we get back to our land. And now, if how Esau, if he seen the family and they growing, Esau wouldn't do that for another family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you gonna see how blessed and how Israel is gonna be. Everybody gonna be all together. We're not gonna be that the hate that we have for that right going on now. The hate we evil out towards your brother, and that ain't gonna be going on in Israel.
Yeah, argue.
Everybody gonna have land, and everything else. And it ain't gonna be that hatred like it is over today. And that gonna be the beautiful thing that like we ever seen or heard of. It like, man, my family getting big, bro. They're like, the judges get together, we gonna make this for them. Yeah, but and over here today in Esau rulership, that's all you got. That's all you gonna get.
Right.
I mean, I know probably different what we talking about, but just like.
But yeah, well, Esau rulership here, you know, your family will grow, you know, and you have twins on the way, you'll get fired.
Yeah.
He'll know that.
You be like, God damn, you know, that nigga wicked, man. But we gonna judge righteously, man. That's why we learning to judge righteously now, man. You see, there's some more on it.
Yeah. If the world shall be judged by you, are you unworthy to judge the smallest matter?
Yeah, so we supposed to be easily judging amongst ourselves, man. Judging different situations, man. Different, you know, things that come up on the comment board. We should be able to judge that, man. You know, we shouldn't have to go to Esau to deal with the comment, you know, on the comment board.
Yeah.
You know, no, man. All right, we're going to judge amongst ourselves because that's what we're going to be doing. The Lord is raising up judges as of old. Go ahead.
All right. I'm going to start over. It says 26. And it says, I will restore the judges as at the first, and thy counselors as at the beginning.
The counselors is at the beginning.
Okay.
You know, hey, because kings had counselors around them, man. You know, kings weren't just making decisions, you know, by themselves, man. Even Solomon, the wisest man, he had a council of Israelites that were wise as well around him, man. You see, the Lord is building an empire right now. The legacy starts now, man. You know, go ahead.
It says, afterward thou shalt be called the city of righteousness.
Yep.
The faithful city.
So we going back to that.
Come.
You see, that faithful city. And now we're going to have the laws within us so we'll never go off again, man. You know, when we fully change. You know, right now we're rehearsing the righteous acts, man. You know, and then when we change, it's going to be within us. And we'll be eternal faithful unto our power, man. You know, we'll never be moved again. You see, go ahead.
It says, Zion shall be redeemed with judgment, and her converts with righteousness.
And her converts with righteousness, man. You see? And that's what the Lord is doing, man. So what we're a part of, that's why Yahushua said the kingdom is within you. This is where it starts at. The people getting themselves, some Israelites getting in order, man. The elect, the remnant getting in order. That's why Yahushua coming to deliver the elect. And where he going to take us? Back to the homeland to rule. You know? So the elect is going through what they're going through until the time of deliverance, and then we're going back to rule. Even those that die, all right, for the testimony of Yahushua, guess what? You're going to be on them chariots when Yahushua come back. All right? And you're going to partake in that rulership. You see? We are being built up to be rulers, man. You men, you are being built up to be rulers, man. You know? And you women just getting it somewhat in order, you are being built up to be wives to those men. That's what the Lord is doing. You're not here just, you know, something to do, a hangout. No, man, the Lord is building. He's working. He's you know, he's laboring, all right, with his people, man. You know, with his elect, all right, to groom them to be the leaders of the world to come. You see? Yeah, that was it.
I had that word,
Yeah, you did.
converts.
Yeah.
Just want to see the converts there.
Yeah, you got it, bro. You know?
Converts. Shuv. And it made the turn back, the return.
Those that repent.
Come.
That's why the at the forefront of the message is to repent.
That's right.
Repent. You know. Go ahead.
To get a spiritual relations.
Woo.
To turn back to the Most High.
It said a spiritual what? Spiritual relations.
It come.
You see? Hey, we're spiritually connected back to the source, man.
Come.
You know? We can't rule nothing if we not connected to the source, man. It's gonna fail. But see, now we finna rule connected to the source and it's gonna have favor. You see? Go ahead.
It says to turn back to the Most High. Repent.
Yep.
To turn back from evil.
Yep. And that's why I say that. Go ahead and get that 2 Corinthians 5 and
17.
Yep.
I did 2 Corinthians 5 and 17.
Yep.
Therefore, if any man be in Mashiach,
Any man being, Yahweh Shah Hamashiach, go ahead.
he is a new creature.
He's a new creature, go ahead.
All things are passed away.
Yep.
Behold, all things are become new.
All things are become new. The old way, because it say to return from evil. All right.
To turn back, refresh, or restore.
To refresh, to restore.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happening. We being new creatures, new spiritual beings within Yahweh Shai. You know? Because why? We're finna rule. We want to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, where we have to be conformed unto Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai don't want no, niggas around him, man. You see? He don't want no piece of Israelite and mostly American, all right, nigga around him, man. No, man, he wants those men that are conforming unto him, the mindset he was in. You see?
It said to bring back to mind.
To bring back to mind. You see? So everything is falling together perfectly, man, but it starts with the people. You know, Most High is building up his people, you know? And we can end in, unless you had something else?
Unless you want to finish it, all things are of the Most High.
Nah, that was good. Yeah, we're gonna get, Amos 9 and 11, you know?
Alright. This Amos 9 and 11.
Yep.
It says, in that day I will raise up the tabernacle of David.
And that day I will raise up the tabernacle, all right, to build up, you see? And it's beginning with the men. All right, go ahead.
The tabernacle of David that is fallen.
Yep, that is fallen. See, we failed, you know? Going back to that fall, but now we coming back, man, and the people are coming in order, you know? Matter of fact, Isaiah 61:4. Go ahead.
And close up the breaches thereof.
And close up the breaches thereof. You know, those disagreements, you know, between the northern and southern kingdom, the Lord is closing them breaches up. All tribes of the elect are coming together on one accord, man. Go ahead.
And I will raise up the ruin, raise up his ruins.
I'll raise up his ruins, man, because we was ruined. We was a noble vine, but we came degenerates. We was ruined. You see? Israelites with blonde green hair, tight ass pants, niggas, big 6'4" niggas in dresses. You see? Ruined, man. Rainbow teeth. You see? Out of there, man. You know, look at Kodak Black, man. He was a Levite. He was a priest. He was offering up sacrifices in the ancient world to the Most High, man. He had the office of a priest. And look at these niggas, man. Look at Wayne. He used to be a priest.
Yeah.
You know, in the ancient world. Look at these niggas, man. So, hey, we was ruined. You see? But see, the Lord's chosen elect out of it, man. And he's building on those men, all right? And then he's getting the women ready under those men, all right, to rebuild the nation, man, in the kingdom. Go ahead.
And I will build it as in the days of old.
61:4. Yep, and he's building this in the days of old, going back to that mindset we had, that faithful city. You see, those faithful people, you know, and this time, like the opening scripture, the former house, the latter house, gonna have more glory than the former house, man. You see? It's the same people, but we come into a better glory, man, an eternal glory. Go ahead.
Isaiah 61:4.
Yep.
And they shall build the old waste, they shall raise up the former desolation.
Yeah, and that's twofold. Going back into the house of David being built up, the former desolations, but then our land gonna be built up because it's gonna be desolate because of World War III. It's gonna be, laid flat. You see? Go ahead.
And they shall repair the waste city.
Yeah, they gonna repair the waste cities. Go ahead.
The desolation of many generations.
Hey, because our land has been polluted and defiled for many generations under the heathen. All right, but who's gonna do all this building? Go ahead.
And the stranger shall stand and feed your flock.
Yeah, the stranger going to these other nations, feed our flock. Taking care of the livestock, which is just one example of servitude. All right, so the Lord is building up His people. So when we go back to our land, we gonna rule, and we putting these heathens in captivity, man, and they gonna do the building, the physical building. All right, of the kingdom. They gonna do that part. We're gonna rule. Go ahead.
And the stranger shall stand and feed your flock.
And the strangers shall stand and feed your flock. Go ahead.
And your sons of the aliens shall be plowmen, and your vine dressers.
And your vine dressers, man. All right. That's why the scripture say in Isaiah the 2nd chapter how they gonna beat their swords into pruning hooks. Mm-hmm. All right. And their spears. All right. Into those forming tools, man. You see, because they ain't gonna be the fight World War III. After that, you niggas going to work, man. Right. All right, this your last time to get your rocks off against each other, you other nations, and then you going to work after your house shot destroyed all you nations' militaries, man. And your ass going to work. You see? You got it.
The wisdom Psalm 8 and 14.
Yep.
I should set the people in order.
Yep.
And the nation shall be subject unto me.
Ooh, read again.
This is Rich Psalm 8 and 14.
Yep.
I shall set the people in order.
The people, the elect, in order.
Mm-hmm.
Those precious sons, beginning with the precious sons of Zion, the house of David. Go ahead.
And the nation shall be subject unto me.
And the nation's going to be subject unto me. And this is Solomon speaking, but who is that? Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
All right, and we're going to be joint heirs unto that. You see? So Israel is being rebuilt. All right? Your individual, process, of being rebuilt and refined, for Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is playing a part in the whole bigger picture, man, for the nation, man. You see? Yeah. No, that was it on that. Right, you got it, bro.
That was it?
Yep.
Alright, with that, I hope brothers and sisters was edified, and first and foremost, we like to give all praise to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Karkadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and love, say taste to the brothers that's teaching the word in sincerity and in truth all across the four corners of the earth. Shalom.
Shalom.